Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope you're all doing well tonight and your weekend is off to a great start. I'm having a very good Friday evening because it is Friday and I've been looking forward to it all week. It's been a good week. I can't complain. Wife's been visiting her family in Pittsburgh all week, so it's been me and the dogs. And, that makes life a little more challenging because I got to do all the things that she does, but we're good. So let's see, how is everyone doing tonight? So we got DDT889, hello there, my pipe and I, Little Fat Morgan, how you doing, Todd? Chip, how are you? Donald Hughes, good to see you. Boris the Piper, Clarence Wood, Mark Sizemore, Jeffrey Feinberg, Big Dave, how is everyone tonight? I also saw that we had Stony Lawn Cottage Pipe, Kevin Doolin, Mark Dean, good to see you guys, and Tim Fournier. How you doing, Tim? And Tim, I saw the note about Bella. Tim's beagle Bella is having some problems dragging her hind legs, so Tim will certainly keep Bella in prayer and hope for goodness sakes that everything is fine. He's going to take her to the vet tomorrow, so we'll just be hoping for the best for Bella. Voodoo07, how you doing? Jack Kurtz, hey Jack, how are you tonight? Good to see you here. Signalman Tony from Rhode Island. Blue Dog, good evening. Blue Dog has some 2017 Balkan Blue from McClellan. Wow, that's fantastic. Scott Free, how you doing, Scott? That's a great name. Didn't get that one until I said it out loud. Portsmouth Piper, yes, good to see you. Glad you could make it to the Friday Live tonight. Mearsham Mountaineer 304, hello there. He's going to have Old Rusticus 708 Scandia, a little bit of Sir Walter Raleigh, and a bit of Smoker's Pride whiskey. Wow, not bad at all. Little Fat Morgan, I think I said hello to you already, Todd, but I'll say hello again. Michael Case, how you doing, Michael? Michael also has some Balkan Blue. And he thinks it's in an Paul. Very nice. Yes, Tim, I know how that feels. Oh no, Big Dave's been off all week with a bad ear infection. Sorry to hear that, Dave. Hope you're feeling better soon. Sailor, hello there. Briarworks Bent with Bayou Morning Flake and a glass of Merlot. Wonderful. Gary Stout, how you doing, Gary? Oh, well, thank you, Tom the Piper of the Great Northwest, for recommending us. So, tonight I have a bowl of Haunted Bookshop in the Matches Memorial Friday 7 Ellie, and I got a bit of a quandary coming up regarding Haunted Bookshop. We'll talk about that in a bit. I'm drinking a sort of martini, stirred on the rocks with some olives in it. Not real happy about it, actually. It's a dirty martini, which I usually love, but we had this bottle of, boy, I looked at the label before I walked downstairs like 5 minutes ago so that I could tell you the brand of vodka. I think it was Boyd and someone. I think it was Boyd and Price potato vodka. And I don't like the taste. I just don't like it, which is surprising. Well, I'm not a big vodka fan to begin with, but this has a flavor to it that I wasn't expecting. But I'll drink it. And I still haven't gone and gotten any more gin. So, life has been interesting. This tamper tonight is a mystery to me. It's beautiful. It's clearly antler, and then there's a couple different types of wood down there at the bottom. I know that one of my YTPC friends sent this to me, but I cannot remember who. And sadly, I didn't keep a note with it or anything. If anyone recognizes this tamper, please let me know, because I'd like to give you credit for it. It's really a beautiful tamper. Let's get back to seeing who we got here. Let's see, I don't know where I left off, but Gary Stout, new to the site. Oh yes, we did say hello to Gary. Corvette Jim, howdy, how you doing tonight, buddy? Kevin Doolin is having some old Joe Krantz. It's tasting good with Colombian roast. That goes good with coffee for sure. Cope 320, hello there, Van Diemen's Land Piper. Good morning. Glad you joining us from down under. Corvette Jim's got the Heisenberg Monster Poker and Cherry Bonbon. No, Donald, we've been through this. You want it stirred, not shaken. It's very important. Bona Piper, hello there, my friend. Good to see you tonight. Oh, jalapeno stuffed olives sound fantastic, Tim. Groovin' Piper, hey, got off early. Fantastic, Cody. Good to see you. Ron Hardcrackers, hello, Ron. Great to see you tonight. Tony R 2390, hello. Nice to see you. Volunteer Piper, Wolf Pipes, good to see you tonight. Scott Terry, hello. Thank you for dropping in from Maine. Scott Free has got Northwoods at Amir. Very nice. Great news, Jim. Almost healed up and no signs of cancer. Fantastic. So, other than my complaints about potato vodka, which I shouldn't be complaining about because at least I got some, talked about the pipe, talked about the tamper. If anybody recognizes the tamper, anybody wants to claim them to be the maker of this, I just cannot remember who sent me this. I'm sorry, and it's so beautiful. They deserve recognition. New Zippo tonight, my Halloween themed Zippo. I did a video on this earlier today regarding the symbolism and all that if you're interested. It's got a little Latin phrase on the back, but cool little steampunk design with the skull coming out of a clock. Time flies, remember death. Really cool. So I'm enjoying that. It's a nice spooky theme for a Halloween pipe, Halloween lighter, but I'm also going to be able to use it year round. So enjoying it so far. Brian Woodward, lurking for a bit, thinking it is a cigar kind of night. You definitely should make it a cigar kind of night, Brian. Go for it. Cope 320's got some haunted bookshop in the Fridays at Avenelli. Very nice. Texas Piper, hello Eddie. How you doing tonight? You have a Zippo that's too scary, my pipe and I? Scott Terry is loving some Peterson Irish Flake and a Peterson Straight Bulldog. Nice Peterson theme going on there, Scott. Iron Maiden-esque? I guess. I don't know Iron Maiden, but if you say so, Tim. Never really got into metal. Heavy metal, whatever they call it. Just wasn't my thing. So the quandary with Haunted Bookshop, and I'm fine, I got plenty, but the last pound I opened, we're down to this. I got another pound right there, I can see it. But I made a deal with myself. And the deal was, I was not going to tap into that pound until I finished this, the Big and Burly. I don't like the Big and Burly. Yes, my pipe and I, thank you for pointing that out. We got a great crowd. The thumbs up really helps, guys. If you can take a second to hit that. Bona Piper's having coffee in Capstan Blue. That's nice, Christian. Mark in Rhode Island. Good to see you. My pipe and I is big into metal. Well, nothing wrong with it. It's just not for me. Willie has a lighter that is too scary. Damn near burnt the house down. Funny, Donald. Ron's got some Sutliff match BSOSM, Balkan Sobrani, or maybe, I don't know, in an antique straight cob with an unknown manufacturer. Cool. Yeah, Gary, I've actually, most of my Zippos do not have the pipe hole, and I don't mind. You know, it's just not an issue for me. I do like the pipe hole, and the other lighter that I've got here right now is the CaneRod, which has got a nice pipe hole. It works, but it's so easy just to tip it over. I don't know. Yes, Eddie, the annual Haunted Bookshop of October has indeed come, and this is now 4 years in a row this has happened. So, hey, Cornell and Deal, plan for it. B. Conrad, good evening. He's having some LJ Peretti Thanksgiving in a basket pipe. Nice. Hey, it's going to be time for Peretti's Thanksgiving blend again soon. How many open baggies do I have, Jeffrey? Well, I'm not going to count. There's got to be, I'd say there's about 5 just behind me. Probably a couple in the drawer over there and a couple upstairs. Probably not more than 10, 12, 15 at the most. Certainly not 20. Portsmouth Piper, you finally started posting videos again this week. I am sorry, my friend. I am terrible at watching videos these days. Just been too darn busy. But folks, please go check out Portsmouth Piper. His videos were always fantastic, and I'm sure seeing him back is going to be a good thing. Tony R2390 is having some GLP's Key Largo and a Ginger's Favorite. Cool. All that metal is now classic rock. Well, I guess. Groovin' Piper is going to have some Cornell and Deal Oak Alley and a Series 3673. Very nice, Cody. Donald Hughes has got some Stumbos Num Nums in a pipe made from a hobby block. Cool, Donald. Very cool. Street Glide Piper 302. What's going on with you? Maltese Falcon. Hey, that rhymed. Maltese Falcon and a Country Gent. Very nice. My pipe and I and Tim are talking about metal, so I don't know what's going on there. Yes, I think it is part of their marketing strategy there, Eddie. And Carolina Red Flake coming next with Perique. Good stuff. I've got, I just ripped on myself. Oh, it's out of shot, so you don't even know. I have some of that Carolina Red Flake with Perique, and I decided just to cellar it for 5 years or so and see how it turns out. Kevin Doolin says the Key Largo is good, but he's partial to Billy Bud. Well, I don't like Billy Bud, but I know a lot of folks do, and it's, you know, fine tobacco, just a lot of Kia don't like it. Boris the Piper says he's not very deep into metal compared to other Finns, but compared to other Nordics, he's super deep. Baggies for the road or trips only? Yeah, Christian, I've gone beyond that. I just seem to accumulate them. Oh, goodness, Clarence Wood, thank you for telling us that Preacher Man Piper and his wife need prayer. His wife is at the beginning of renal failure. That is terrible. So let's be sure to keep Preacher Man Piper and his dear wife in our prayers. That's okay, my pipe and I. I don't mind the chat going whichever direction it goes. I just can't contribute if you want to talk about metal, but you guys go right ahead. Wolf Pipes is puffing some half and half they found in a bona fide head shop. Ah, you're trying to emulate the Chad workhorse, huh, Ron? It's going to take time for sure. Name that pipe. Hello, Beans316. Good to see you tonight. Doug Owen. Hello, Doug. Lots of guys rolling in. This is fantastic. Great crowd. Yeah, definitely prayers for Preacher Man Piper and his wife. That's really unfortunate news. So one thing that came up earlier this week is apparently we're now going to go through some changes with what's the name of the company that makes Sir Walter Raleigh? I cannot remember the name of the company. But Sir Walter Raleigh, Granger, and that other one. They are no longer going to be producing the large tubs. They're going to only sell, and I don't think they're making the pouches anymore either. They're only going to sell 7-ounce tins. I see good and bad with that. I mean, if you like it and you like to, buy the tubs, then this is, unfortunate for you. At the same time, I know a lot of people that have, not tried blends like that because they don't want to invest in a full tub. So, maybe it's a good move. But it's just the way things are going. We're seeing the sales are dropping off. The taxes might be skyrocketing. These companies have to start being creative. And I don't think the limited release of the month is going to do it. Uh-oh. Well, that's why I wrote another. Swaggy Man Piper, 1926. Good to see you tonight, my friend. Standard Tobacco, thank you, Wolf Pipes. It was Wolf Pipes that pointed this out to me, actually, so thank you for that, too. Can you recommend a good blend to start with from LJ Peretti? I like Burley. Kevin, somebody might have to help me with this. They make I think it's number 8 slice, which is a really nice Burley flake. It's Burley, Virginia, but it's good. A lot of their Burleys are topped, and I don't like that. So I'm maybe not the best person to ask, but that number 8 was good stuff. Jack Kurtz is smoking his Spaniel, Doug. Good deal, Jack. What are you looking at, Mark? Yeah, DDT, you can look at it that way. Making hay while the sun is shining for C&D limited releases. I get it, but if the price starts going up for taxes, people are going to be thinking twice before they. Right now there's guys that will every C&D limited release that comes along, they'll immediately buy 10 tins of it. If the tins cost $50, I don't think they're going to do that anymore. And I think that's kind of what what's driving those limited releases is guys like that are sort of collecting the tobacco. Uh, but I don't know. Time will tell for sure. Yeah, Meerschaum Mountaineers confirming no more Sir Walter pouches. Little Fat Morgan is smoking the rest of his cigar. Washington Straight. London Flake and Park Square are amazing according to Beans 316. Those are both Peretti blends. They sound... London Flake is very familiar, yeah. After my raving about it last year, Kevin Berringer is looking forward to Peretti Thanksgiving Day. I'll warn you, Kevin, to me it's different every year. Sometimes it's very flavorful. It's got a lot of spices, and other times it's just kind of very Peretti-like in terms of its topping and not that good. So I hope this is a good year. We shall see. Bonapiper number 8 is a Burley Perique and Virginia blend. Thank you, Christian. Yes, Doug, it was Standard Tobacco. Thank you. They're produced in Denmark. And Doug's glad that Jack's enjoying the Spaniel. He does. Every time I talk to Jack, he comments on that pipe. It's one of his favorites for sure. B. Conrad is saying London Flake is, I assume that's great if you like Virginia. Tim's got some 2017 Virginia Gentleman from Cornell and Deal. That's a good find, Tim. No, Big Dave, I don't think it's in short supply. I think it's just that the supply and demand hasn't settled because there's this belief that the taxes are going to be going up. So there's people that are stockpiling, and then they're trying to work out these new marketing things and trying to see where this whole limited release thing is going to fit in, and they're taking components that would go into one blend and moving them to. I think it's just a mess right now. I don't think that there's a shortage of tobacco. Yeah, Wolf Pipes, we gotta hope that doesn't pass. And guys, if you have not been in contact with your senators and Congress people, you better do it. This is war. I mean, they are trying to do something unprecedented. They are trying to do a 1,000+% increase on the tobacco tax for pipe tobacco. And this is because it's gotten away for so long without being taxed. But you know, we can't allow that to happen. There's no reason for it. Yeah, Sailor, you could speculate on tobacco. That is true. Oh, that's interesting, Christian. So he's saying that the Thanksgiving Day blend is actually hit and miss, even from the same batch, and it might be that there's just some components there that aren't well mixed or something. Very interesting. Kirk from Florida, did I see you earlier? If not, hello. Good to see you. Ah, so they're doing it with Captain Black too, huh? Little Fat Morgan. I didn't realize that. Yes, my pipe and I, they are going to be taxing the cigars as well. And there's a pretty strong cigar lobby, so that's kind of a good thing that they're getting roped into it too. You still haven't smoked that pipe, Tim? Tim Fournier has a beautiful pre-World War II Sassini. It's a 4-dot. It's a beautiful pipe, and he's afraid to smoke it. We should all encourage Tim to smoke his pipe. Amen to that, Street Glide Piper. We do not need the government sticking their nose in there. Yes, my pipe and I, that's definitely what we have to do. Yardism, good to see you, Chad. When the taxes pass, he'll be selling some nice pipes. I got you. Possum Piper, how you doing, buddy? Yes, the Captain Black grape will continue to be available in the 12-ounce tubs. Good one, Tim. My pipe and I has a pipe he's afraid to smoke as well. My pipe and I, it's Eaton, is that right? I think I remember your name. I just want to make sure I got it right there. I don't know, Tim. It made it from pre-World War II. I don't think you're gonna hurt it. I would just smoke it. I mean, I have pipes that are that old, and I smoke them. They're fine. If there's not like evidence of burnout in the bowl or anything, it'll serve you fine. That's a good way of looking at it there, Corvette Jim. The carver wants you to smoke it. The guy that made that pipe expected it to be smoked, not to be cherished, and well, maybe to be cherished, but certainly not to be handled with kid gloves. It was designed to be a tool to smoke tobacco. That's the approach I'm taking, Sailor. I just ignore the new blends and smoke what I like. You know, occasionally one falls in my lap and I'll try it and I'll say, you know, oh, this is good, this is not good, whatever, but I don't hunt them down. Oh, fantastic, Eden. Glad I remembered. Bona Piper, Indian Summer. Wow, fantastic. I'm sure it'll snow next week. He's revisiting blends that he's jarred 5 and 6 years ago. Very cool. No, Michael Case, I was just going to mention this. So I'm sure it will be snowing up north next week because I'm going to visit northern Vermont. I'm leaving on Friday, actually, so there's not going to be a show on Friday. My apologies, but I'll be back the next week. Dude Rustica, hello, Steve. I should just keep these on. Luigi Fanata Ericsson pipes are an innovative design by Eric Nording with a removable bowl that screws into a base. Sounds familiar, Doug? And Doug says he smokes his 1912 Peterson and it smokes just fine. He's not a fan of the Ericsson. Now, Ericsson, that sounds a lot like the Falcon, huh? Meerschaum Mountaineer, I'll tell you... Oops. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, oh, there we go. I'll tell you one that kind of looked over a great tobacco is Captain Black Gold. Great smoke, similar to Carter Hall. Mellow, good, smooth smoke. Fantastic. Wolf pipes, we can't keep him out. He doesn't cause any harm, though. He's a good guy. Yeah, Kevin, that's a good point. If a blend comes out and it's a new blend, I will, well, if it sounds like something I would enjoy, I'll try it. But if they tell me it's not going to be available, what's the point? You know, I'm just not interested in that. There you go, Possum Piper. Not smoking a pipe robs it of its joy of fulfilling its raison d'etre. You made me say speak French. That's never good. Christian will laugh at me. Oh, Jim, I wish I could do the show from the road, but I'm literally going to be driving during the show time. So I can't do it. I just can't. And there's no way I would have a good enough connection even with the cell phone. It's very spotty. That's right, dude. Rustica has his own key, and we haven't been able to change the locks. Sounds good, Tim. That sounds like a good plan. So Tim, might as well mention this. We're Tim and I have been talking, as you know, if you've been in recent live streams. Tim has a blend that he has named "I Hate Roger Goodell," which is a great name for a pipe tobacco. And he's blended it himself. It sounds very intriguing, and he has offered to send me some and to send me enough to have a few other folks join in a live tasting at some point. So this is probably going to be in November because I got all the Halloween stuff to get to, but I'm looking forward to it and start thinking about that. If you guys would be interested in trying out Tim's tobacco and appearing on a Zoom or Google Meet sort of platform and actually being part of the show, it'd be great to have you. Oh, Eddie, that is fantastic. So Texas Piper says, cigarette is a one night stand, cigar is a summer fling, and a pipe is a marriage. We aren't limited release kind of people. Very interesting. Yes, Wolf Pipes. Dude Rustica is responsible for the re-release of H&H Rustica. Um, and I don't know if he's going to admit to receiving any free stuff from Pear George. Oh, cool, Chad. So Yardism is going to go long next week. So that if you're looking for something to do, Chad starts. I think it's about 6 p.m. Eastern. Chad, correct me if I'm wrong about that, or tell me what time it is your time, and I'll translate. I won't translate actually because I can't, but I'll tell people when it is. So Chad comes on a couple hours before me, and he is able to. He's got incredible stamina. He just can go forever. So you'll have a place to land next Friday. Your new car is a Wi-Fi hotspot, Jim, but it has to somehow have cellular connectivity. So it's still, you have to be in a place where you get a cell phone signal or something. I mean, it's got to be connected to something somehow. French girls would dig my accent, really, Christian. Well, I can't wait till I get back up to Montreal then. Or were you talking about French girls from France, which is a completely different thing, I know. Michael Case, snow tires or chains? Well, my family up there uses snow tires. I hope to get in and out before there's any snow, so I've got neither. That's true, Eden. It is a human thing not wanting to miss out on something, and I think that's what they're taking advantage of. And you know, if you're a guy that loves these limited releases and looks forward to them and chases them and all, that's great. You know, enjoy what you're doing. I'm not trying to. It's just not for me. Kind of like metal music is not for me. Patrick Grant, how you doing tonight, buddy? Yardism starts at 2 Pacific, 5 Eastern. Okay, there you go. So if you want to jump in early, go to Yardism's channel, and I'll try to remember to put a link below after this is done. He starts at 5 Eastern. I normally start at 8 Eastern, so that's 3 hours earlier, and he's gonna just keep going. So that'll be a fun night. And Chad does a great live stream, always enjoyable. I'm not gonna read that, Sailor. I'm not gonna read that, Tim. Really, Doug? So the Falcon is still the biggest selling pipe in England. That is fascinating. Good to hear you're doing well, Patrick. Old school hip hop guy. Yeah, Tim, that's not true. I need to reestablish a pipe here. So I've got the 7LE 622. I'm proud of that stem. It's the only stem I've ever made for myself. And I guess we'll have to put some big and burly in it. Oh, Eden's an old school hip hop guy. There you go. I wouldn't know hip hop if it smacked me on the back of the head and said, "Hello, I'm hip hop." No, dude, Rustic. I remember him saying something about restraining orders. So scream hip hop. Oh gosh. I have one of the weirdest tastes in music. I mean, I really do. I was driving. Where was I driving? I was going to our CSA to pick lima beans, which is a story in and of itself. I'll summarize it like this. I am really glad I'm not a lima bean farmer, and we'll just leave it at that. But I was driving there and I was playing with the radio trying to find something, and I got XM, which, you know, is 300 channels of stuff I don't listen to, and I've got channels programmed in, and I was jumping through the channels that are programmed, and I've got Symphony Hall, I've got the Jazz Classics, I think it's called, I've got Cool Jazz, I think, the 40s channel, Willie's Roadhouse, Country Western, Old Country Western, the Grateful Dead channel, and I think that's one. There's like 3 different lists that I have. I think that's one list. Second list is blank. I haven't put anything in it. And then the third list is I got 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s programmed in just consecutively, and I decrease the frequency as you go up there. So I'm probably listening to the 50s a heck of a lot more than I'm listening to the 80s. And then I've got the second wave channel, which is kind of, I don't even know what you'd call it. It's new wave, but it's sort of different than the new wave. And occasionally there's a song on there I like. And I was jumping around these channels, and there was nothing on that I wanted to listen to. And, you know, it's just funny because when you're going from, oh, the other one is Med Opera Radio. That's right. So when you're going from opera and symphony hall to Grateful Dead, and then to 80s music and new wave, and you can't find anything that you want to listen to, you got a problem. I gotta settle down. I don't know why this is giving me trouble. Brand new lighter. It's not that I got to settle down. It's just that I got to know what kind of mood I'm in before I turn on the radio, I guess. I would say a good 75% of the time I'm listening to either the classical music, either the Met Opera radio or Symphony Hall, or one of the jazz stations. And just below that is the 40s channel. That's on a lot. And then the other ones are kind of like equally mixed in there. Andrew Sirigliano, hello, my friend. Good to see you tonight. Oh, Doug, you're going to get me in trouble. Oh, Eddie, why would you ask me to do something like that? So Eddie's asking if I would make a church warden stem for a pipe like in Europe or a 7LA320. So I don't know if I've told the story about Greg Tunnel and his request. Greg got in touch with me. Greg's a great guy. I love Greg. And he said, you know, I want you to make me a church warden stem for a pipe. And I said, yeah, Greg, I don't really make church warden stems. And he said, yeah, but I want it to be an acrylic stem. Greg, I've never made a church warden stem in acrylic. I can't do this. And he said, okay, I need it to be 10 inches. I said, yeah, Greg, I'm not going to do this. I do not want to make this stem. I'm not set up for it. He said, okay, I'll send you the pipe. And he did. So I'm making Greg a 10-inch church warden stem at some point, and I haven't gotten to it yet. I'm dreading this because it's, you know, to make a 10-inch stem, my lathe isn't big enough to just mount it on the lathe and drill straight through. I got to do it on the drill press, and you know, it might not sound difficult, but that means I got to drill a hole from one end and a hole from the other end and have them meet in the middle. It's not easy to do that. I've made an 8-inch church warden stem. It took me 3 tries to get it right. And yeah. So Eddie, the answer is I could, but boy, I don't want to. No, Kevin, I am not going to become a lifelong Apple Music subscriber. Yeah, Jim, that's a good idea. I actually have a couple of those. I've got one that's actually got everything the Grateful Dead recorded. Not the, you know, obviously not the soundboard recordings and stuff, but everything that they put out as an album. And I plug that in sometimes to the USB port, and it is nice to have that. I've got another one. I got like 3 or 4 of them. But yeah, I didn't even think of plugging that in. So Chad does it by years. Cool. 7 hours of music. That's not bad, Chad. That'll keep you going. Name that pipe is smoking Weybridge and a Boswell Billiard. Weybridge is a fantastic blend. I just recently tried that. It was actually recommended to me by our buddy Ben, the Artful Codger. And Ben and I have pretty similar palates, except for when it comes to velvet. And boy, he was right. It's a really nice blend. Audiobooks, yeah, Doug. I have an Audible subscription, and I've actually got like 5 credits that I got to use up on that. I don't know. I just have trouble with it. I thought I would, like when I go for walks, I would listen to audiobooks or driving, but I just kind of space out and I don't pay attention. Eden says he doesn't listen to a lot of classical music, but he prefers the medieval Renaissance. Good music in that period, for sure. Oh, Tim. Boris the Piper's just packed some Mozek Burley Crumble in an LCS bent billiard. Sounds good. Ah, thanks, Christian. $100 per inch for the stem work. Yeah, Jason, it is extremely difficult without a lathe. It can be done though. I've done it with an 8-inch. And you know, it's the drill press setup is an art in and of itself, and you can actually get the drill press trammed in to the point where you can drill something like that. But yeah. Yeah, Eddie. Well, Eddie, if you want to check back in next year after I get caught up on stuff, we could talk about it. I'm sure, Codger Jim. I'm sure you do have quite a library. Yes, B. Conrad. Jason's paintings are looking fantastic. If you guys, I think he's got a couple videos now with painting, but he's been putting a lot of stuff on Instagram. Jay Mouton has become quite the artist. Very nice stuff. Can't stay long. Well, it's good to see you, Jason. I'm not going to say it, Tim. Eric, the blue-collar pipe smoker, how you doing? Happy Friday to you, my friend. Good to see you. Monster Mash for October. That's not a bad suggestion, Gary. Doug Owen says the nonfiction stuff is, yeah, I still space out. I mean, actually, most of what I've got is nonfiction. The only fiction I've got is I got and it was free, the Mary Shelley Frankenstein and the Bram Stoker Dracula. I thought those would be kind of cool to listen to, but I just couldn't focus on it. Michael Case, suddenly Sinatra is as good as a change. Indeed, indeed. Kilted Piper Steve, how you doing? If not listening to the local radio station, enjoy a lot of Native American or Celtic music. That's cool. Oh, Eric, good to hear your dad is doing better. Still has pneumonia, but he's healing up, so that's good news, Eric. And we continue to keep him and yourself in our prayers. I know what you mean, Street Glide Piper. I can draw a stick figure, but most people wouldn't recognize it as such. Uh-oh, my pipe and I is getting nicotine overdose from his cigar. Well, back it off, buddy. Chip is asking about the Artful Codger. Yeah, Ben is doing fine. He's just decided to kind of not do YouTube. So, but he's perfectly well. Doing well. He has a new job that he really enjoys. And I'm not saying that he's never going to do YouTube again. It's just that right now it's not in the cards for him. That's right, Tim. If Hypergamy of the Cross was on an audiobook, I would use one of my Audible credits for it. No question about it. Did I say of the cross? I meant or the cross. Sorry. For you guys that don't know, that's Tim Fournier's book on Amazon, which is quite an interesting read. I enjoyed it. Ah, gotcha, Eric. So Eric's gone through a move. Well, good to hear that you've successfully moved and you're in that unpacking stage, which is never fun. So tell me, Eric, in the new digs, has your wife allotted you a smoking den? That's true, Eddie. Eric probably had to rent a separate truck just for his custom builds. Steph and Skip Kane, hello there, Steph. Good to see you. Michael Case, we had the Artful Codger on last year. He was one of my guests. So go and look through the playlist. How about that? Eric the Blue Collar Pipe Smoker needed to move because there's an addition to the Blue Collar line coming in January. Well, congratulations, Eric. That is just fantastic. Can't wait to meet that addition. Yes, Tim, you broke the fourth wall with that earwig. And he's got a man cave downstairs. Fantastic. Very cool, Eric. January. Wow. Mini Blue Collar Junior. Well, can't wait for you to introduce him or her to the YTPC. We're going to look forward to that indeed. The Tunnel Take. How you doing, Greg? We were talking about you. I was just complaining about your church warden stem. It is scrolling fast tonight, Steph, no question. Hey, is Skip with you, Steph? I wanted to tell him I really enjoyed the dog watching TV things that he's put on Instagram today. Couch, how you doing, buddy? Another crazy night at work. Well, sorry to hear that. Hope you can relax a bit with us now. DDT has to go scoop dog poop. Well, I've done that. And mow the lawn quick. Getting dark soon. Well, you have a great weekend there, DDT. Thanks for joining us tonight. You know, Eric, the thought of a mini you is terrifying, but I'm hoping that your wife has strong genes. That's sorry, my friend. You know I'm teasing. Tim is loading up some Carter Hall and a bent St. Claude freehand. Is it Steph's birthday? Well, happy birthday to you, Steph. No, Greg, as long as you're patient and don't mind it, the wait, I'm happy to give it a try, but it's I was just complaining about how hard it is to make church warden stems given the tooling that I have available. All right, Steph. No, it's not important. Just let them know that I enjoyed that. I got a good laugh out of the dogs watching the chickens on television. All right, Steve, Dude Rustica, you have a great weekend too, buddy. Enjoy your dinner. Oh, Steph has one of those 3-day birthdays. My wife stretched it out to a week once, so I then countered by stretching mine out to a month, and we stopped doing that after that. Oh, Kevin, that's kind of cruel. Yeah, where is Desert Pine Piper? I don't know, Wolf Pipes. Haven't seen him in a while. I guess not, Michael. Oh no, Greg, now I'm never going to start if you if you're threatening me with more church warden stems. Oh, you have birthday years at the Corvette Gym household. Oh, I got you, Steph. That's really cool. So you have a logical reason for stretching it out for 3 days. She was born in Spain on the 8th. Didn't get her birth certificate till the 10th. So the 8th through the 10th. Very cool. Oh, cool, Andrew. So Andrew's watching the classic monster movies on Peacock. You got it for streaming soccer. Why? I better watch it. A lot of my audience probably likes soccer. I think soccer is incredibly boring. I also think hockey is incredibly boring just to be, you know, just to get everybody mad at me. Between the soccer fans and the hockey fans, I'll probably, we got 75 here now. I'm sure within the next 30 seconds that'll drop to about 10. There you go, Eden. You can double up your birthday. Hebrew calendar and Latin calendar. Tim Fournier's birthday is the last Tuesday of this month, Tim, or of every month? I know, Greg. I know. I'm just having fun with you. Yes, Wolfpipe. Desert Pine had some good videos, and I remember the Falcon one. That's a good one. Hey, Andrew. There's nothing boring about baseball. Anyone know if C&D Scarecrow is still in stock? Voodoo07 is asking. I don't know anything about it, Voodoo. Wolf Pipes is rewatching the Hammer horror films. There's some great movies there for sure. Yeah, Street Glide. I don't know. I think soccer is just hockey off the ice. But so Bona Piper finds basketball boring. That's interesting. I don't like to watch basketball on TV, but live basketball, if you actually go to the game, I find that to be pretty exciting. But I'm not a basketball fan. No, Boris, it's actually soccer. It's not football is something completely different. I know. I'm teasing you, Boris. I know. I know. I know, Kevin. I stepped over a line there. I just figured I offend everyone. And Tim, I'm not surprised that you think it's the greatest sport of all time. And okay, so the last Tuesday of October is Tim's birthday. We have to remember that. Now, golf on TV, you're right, Jim. That can keep you right at the edge of your seat. Yeah, it's definitely not as exciting on TV as it is in person, Steve. I agree. Oh, you were actually bored playing soccer, Kevin. I've never heard that before. That's fascinating. American football is handball? I don't know about that. So apparently Scarecrow sold out in 6 hours, according to Name That Pipe. Yeah, I agree, Kevin. Nothing boring about baseball. I think people that think baseball is boring don't really understand the game. Uh, and the analogous sport um, for Europe and such is cricket, and I find cricket to be a fascinating game. I don't understand it, to be honest, but I enjoy watching it, and I try to understand it, but I don't know the strategy as well as I'd like to. But I think people would argue that cricket is also boring. Hey, nothing wrong with curling, Bonapiper. I like a good curling match. Golf on the radio? Is that even a thing, Michael? American ball. That works. Baseball, well, street glide, it used to be like chess, but then, with the shift and everything, I'm not so sure it still is like chess, sadly. All right. So now I got Volunteer Piper upset about the golf comments. Guys, you know me well enough to know that I think everybody needs to figure out what they like and enjoy it and be happy. That's really all that it comes down to. Is Artie here? I missed him. Hey, Artie. Good to see you, buddy. Here you go. Boris the Piper loves both varieties of football, the Vikings and Chelsea. Yeah, Tim, it's a different kind of curling. I gave up on curling my hair. Is Steph taking off? Oh, Steph, sorry to hear you've been sick. So you go have a good night and a great weekend. And happy birthday. Oh, Voodoo, I would not be able to agree with you on that, but if we took out the word Packers, we'd be in perfect agreement. Which is, for us, that's pretty unique. Yeah, Kevin, it is. It would take some time to understand the nuance. I don't know if I told you the story about how I got into cricket originally. Um, I was on my honeymoon. So my wife and I got married while I was still a postdoc, and we didn't have a lot of money at the time, and we really never even thought about a honeymoon. But shortly after we were married, I had this opportunity to go to a conference in Australia. And since I could combine the travel, I'm sorry, not Australia. My apologies. Now I'm going to make all the Australians mad at me. I had an opportunity to go to a conference in New Zealand. And because we could combine the travel, it was within our means of having her go along, and she could stay with me while I was at the conference, which was being paid for by the university. And I did attend the conference. I was a good boy. I did all the stuff I was supposed to do. And then when that was over, we spent a week traveling around New Zealand and seeing sights and stuff. And it was a great, great trip. And then we flew back. So while we were there, I turned on the TV one afternoon during the conference, and I discovered cricket. And I thought, what is this? I got to understand this. And I was just absorbed by it. So this was technically our honeymoon. And every chance I got, I turned on a TV and watched cricket. And she got a little upset with me after about 3 days of that, which is quite reasonable. But that's where I kind of got the bug for it. And I've watched it several times since. Occasionally you can catch a match on TV here. there are pay-per-view type things that I've never done, but I've thought about doing, and I've watched a lot of videos on it and stuff. It's a really fascinating game. Kevin's agreeing with Voodoo on Packer football. Wolf Pipes is loading some 8-state burley and a beat-up country gent. Nothing better than a beat-up country gent. Australian rules football is brutal. It is, yeah. I've watched that. Ron Hardcrackers, Yingling Hershey Chocolate Porter hit the shelves over the border in Arkansas. Yeah, good stuff. I saw it at the, I went to one of the grocery stores here that sells beer the other day, and I saw they had a big display of the chocolate porter. I didn't buy any, but I'm trying to be a good boy in that department. Wolf Pipes is saying sumo is fascinating to watch. That is really interesting. All I know about sumo is sort of the caricature of it, but I imagine that there is a lot of strategy, and if you understood it as a sport, I'm sure it is very interesting. New York Cricket Club has been around more than 100 years. That's interesting, Michael. That is really interesting. There's actually a cricket club not far from where I live. And when we first moved here, I said, oh, I'm going to look them up, and I never did. But not that I would play, but I'd like to go watch. All right, Christian, thank you. And yes, her reaction was quite reasonable. Great to see you tonight, buddy. Have a great weekend. Yeah, Doug. Boy, if the designated hitter rule goes into effect in the National League, that's going to be a game changer for me. I'm just not interested. It's a shame what's become of baseball, because I love the sport. I loved it since I was a little boy, and to see what it's become is just really sad. Okay, Sailor's into cricket too. We've got a lot of cricket folks coming out of the woodwork here. Axe throwing competitions can be entertaining. Indeed they can, Timber Drifter. Yeah, The Curse of Frankenstein is a great one, Eric. Anybody out there that enjoys Hammer films, I did do a video last Halloween on Hammer Frankenstein, which I enjoyed making, so maybe you'll enjoy watching. And by the way, I talked about this on Sunday, but I went to see the original Dracula 31 and Frankenstein 31 on the big screen on last Saturday, and boy, that was cool. It was just so neat to see it. It was a beautiful print too, really well preserved, well remastered, or whatever they do. It was a lot of fun. There you go, Voodoo. We certainly agree on that. Pitchers need to hit. Need I remind you, Babe Ruth was a pitcher. Anybody that thinks the DH is reasonable, that's what I always point out to them. Babe Ruth was a pitcher. Yeah, Peter Cushing was something special, Wolf Pipes. XJ, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Good afternoon to you. Yeah, Hammer had some great films, Gary. Hound of the Baskervilles is another good one. They had some bad films too. But I like Hammer. I mean, Universal definitely is my favorite. I mean, most of my favorite, what you would call monster movies, are Universal films, but Hammer is a close second. Is that so, Tim? Was he playing outfield when he was hitting? Shohei Ohtani. There you go, Kevin. Glad you're still kicking, XJ. We've missed you, buddy. Boy, this big and burly just... I wish they didn't put a lot of key in it. So I gotta smoke all of that before I'm allowed to open up my next pound of Haunted Bookshop. Couch was here earlier, XJ. Croquet. There you go, Sailor. That's... I don't know if that would be a good sport to watch, but certainly fun. Volunteer Piper, good night. You have a great weekend, buddy. The House That Dripped Blood. Yeah, name that pipe. That's a good one. You want the big and burly, Tim? That would be cheating, though. I said I have to finish it. Yes, Taciturn Richard, you are right. You are right. But I the reason I want to smoke it is that I want to try to understand it better. I just really want to. I mean, right now, all I can taste is the Latakia. And I know that there's more going on in here. And somehow I believe if I, what is that going to be? Another 8 bowls, maybe? If I can get through those 8 bowls, maybe my eyes will be open. Yes, Voodoo, old school football when they played both sides. That was cool. I actually, in research I've been doing for my Halloween video, I don't want to reveal the topic, but the actor that I'm going to be talking about actually played high school and college football, and it was at a time when they played both sides of the ball, and I thought that was really interesting. All right, Meerschaum Mountaineer, thanks much for joining us tonight, buddy. You have a great weekend. Full contact tiddlywinks. Yeah, Eddie, I mean, if nothing else, by the end of that tin, you're going to know you don't like it. Oh, The Haunting is a very unsettling movie, Doug. Yes. 1960. Yeah, I don't know if there's been a remake of that, but the 1960s, definitely. Old school jarts. I think I've killed this particular bowl of Big and Burly. We'll give it one more relight and just see. Now, marbles is not a bad thing to watch. When I was a kid, every year, my grandparents had a house in West Wildwood, New Jersey, and every year the boardwalk in Wildwood, they would host a marbles competition the last week of the summer, and I used to go and watch it, and it was actually kind of fun to watch. Yeah, the House on Haunted Hill is a good one, Gary. That's Vincent Price, right? Brett Favre's first completed pass was to himself? Sounds like something Tom Brady would have done. Yeah, Kevin, that would be a very different live stream. I've never seen the remake, Doug. I've never seen it, but I thought there was one. I haven't lost my marbles yet, Tim, but I don't have many. Ah, so they actually make marbles not far from where XJ is. I would love to see that process. That must be very cool. Ah, ball was tipped and he caught it. That's cool, Voodoo. I love little sports trivia like that where you'd think it couldn't possibly be true, and there it is. Oh, Rogers caught his. I haven't been watching football. I'm kind of down on the NFL these days and just have not been watching football. Someone at work was complaining about stepping on a Lego. Yeah, stepping on a jack hurts a lot more, Piper, on the 45. House of Wax, the original House of Wax with Vincent Price. Gary, that is a fantastic movie, and it has a young Carolyn Jones in it, who ultimately played Morticia Adams. And I'm a big fan of Carolyn Jones, so that's a great movie. Michael Case, 73rd birthday on Monday. Wow, well, happy birthday, Michael. Compressed into 20 minutes. That's true, Tim. Yeah, if if Brady caught his pass, he would have scored. Yeah, I know, Eddie. The Eagles are not having a good season. I did look at a friend of mine emailed me recently about football, and I just checked on the Eagles record. Oh, thank you, Doug. Thank you so much, buddy. Vermont maple syrup, fantastic. So I'll give you the traditional foghorn, and I think Couch has left us, but I did add something for him. Thank you so much, Doug. The ninjas threw something like jacks when fleeing. Yes, that would expand your vocabulary, sailor. Ah, in the land of the blind, the what? This is true, Voodoo. This is true. So maybe I just need one eye to be open then. Taciturn Richard, I have not seen that movie. That sounds really interesting. You'll find out. Who done it with Boris Karloff, Bela Lugosi, Peter Lorre, and Kai Kaiser. Very, very interesting. I will look that up, Taciturn Richard. Thank you. XJ Jacks are these evil little looking things that are they're sort of like crosses with another thing coming at this way, so that they're three-dimensional, and I don't know the point of the game. I mean, it seems like girls usually played it, and they'd like throw these things out and they'd bounce a ball and you'd have to scoop so many up. Yes, Tim. Tim, was it you that was asking for the Clarabelle horn? I thought it was Couch, but I apologize if I got that mixed up. Oh, it was you, Tim. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry I got you two confused there. Yeah, I am a little slow to pack another pipe when it's big and burly. You caught me there. Caltrops? Is that what they're called, XJ? In your land? Yes, Gary. Young Charlie Bronson was in House of Wax. Yeah, didn't have any lines though. He played a mute, if I remember correctly. You know what? Just to make Eddie, just to show Eddie, I'm gonna pack another bowl of Big and Burly. In the 9 minutes remaining, we will do that. So if you join late, just let everybody know I'm not going to be here next week. But Chad has said that he will actually run his live longer. So if you're looking for something to do Friday evening, check out Yardism. He starts at 5 p.m. Eastern, and I will put a link below later this evening to his channel in case you don't know him, but you should know him. He's one of our moderators, got a great channel. So you will have a place to go next Friday. And I'll be back the following week for sure. Just to make Eddie shut it. I didn't know how to finish that sentence, Eddie. Boy, that Big and Burly is I wish there was Burly. You know, I wish I could get Burly out of it. Voodoo, that's kind of cruel. Okay, XJ. So caltrops are actually a medieval weapon. That sounds vaguely familiar. Now this one is out too? See, I'm not meant to smoke Big and Burly. There we go. Police road spikes. Yeah, I got the picture, XJ. Doug, that's kind of what I thought. So Doug says that when you were a kid, you played jacks when every other possible interesting thing to do in life was exhausted. Absolutely boring and excruciatingly dull. It kind of seems like that. I mean, it was just a matter of bouncing a ball and grabbing the jacks off the ground. It's a good thing to say, Tim. When you find a tobacco you like, enjoy every puff with every breath you take. And if you're somebody that walks while you smoke a pipe, you can enjoy it with every step you take as well. Every step you make. Yeah, I could start mixing stuff in, name that pipe, but the truth is, with Latakia, it just dominates. I mean, there's not much Latakia in Big and Burly from what I've been told, and it's all I can taste. All briared up. How you doing, John? Good to see you tonight. Wait a minute. Gotta scroll back up here. The Education of Little Tree. Okay, Steve and Kathy, I will definitely put that on the list for when Elisa gets back. Ooh, Doug. Yeah, I wouldn't want to think about a dog having to pass a jack. That's not good at all. Gary Edminster is still on one bowl of Lane 1 Q mixed with blackberry. Doing a slow smoke there, Gary. Big Carter Burley. Yeah, Michael, I think Mumbly Peg is probably not not very popular in the schoolyards these days. There's a great book written called The Dangerous Book for Boys, and there's also a dangerous book for girls. And I heard the author of this interviewed once, and he was under a lot of criticism because all it's doing is talking about things that kids used to do that they don't do anymore, like Mumbly Peg. And he said, in the 40s, every boy had a pocket knife, a little 3-inch pocket knife. It just was sort of standard issue for a boy. And he said, and I remember this line quite clearly. He said, despite that, the streets did not run red with blood. We've gotten far too careful. Jack says the soccer of childhood games. Well put, Kevin. There's a new 007 movie, Eddie? Didn't know. Oh, cool. John's got a new acquisition, and Eric Weaver and Phil Rivera are involved. Good stuff. I'm pretty certain Sting was singing about pipe smoke in their Timber Drifter, but you'd have to confirm that with Tim. Tim is an authority on all things Sting. So there you go, Gary. You're one of those rare children that was able to carry a knife and avoid the temptation to stab people. Amazing. Yeah, Boo, dude. I mean, I had one. I was a kid in late '60s and '70s, and I had a pocket knife. Yeah, street glide. That's another good point. I guess it depends on where you grew up, but in rural America, you started handling a shotgun at a very early age. Yes, Timber Drifter, it would teach you how to sharpen a knife, indeed. Never die again until tomorrow, but still yesterday. That's the next title. Yeah, I thought that. What was the movie that came out? There was a Bond movie that came out probably 10 years ago, and I was just the franchise was kind of going downhill, and a friend of mine who's a big movie fan, the guy who I went to see the the movies with on Saturday, we were talking about this new movie, and I said, "What's it called? Make another film?" And we got a good laugh out of that. Well put, Doug. Yeah, wolf pipes, I think that there's something in that. First off, there are times when a sharp knife is your best friend. There are times when it can, literally save your life, not because you're stabbing somebody, but because you're, you know, getting out of a sticky situation. But beyond that, the care that goes into keeping a knife sharp, it's something that teaches you a lot about life in general. How to care for things, how how to concentrate, how to do something with craftsmanship. And I think it's just a darn shame that we're afraid to let children experience that. Well, Michael Case, I'm sure there was some brand loyalty there despite the lack of relation. Not worth the trouble indeed, XJ. Yeah, I don't remember anybody getting stabbed at all, Steve. Exactly, Jim. How do you skin a squirrel? Texas Piper, good night, Eddie. Thanks for joining us, and you have a great weekend, buddy. No wonder the Euros sucked in warfare. Yeah, well. Why did the chicken cross the road? I've got about 5 answers to that, Tim. All right, name that pipe. Thank you, sir. You have a great weekend, too. Yeah, I am finding it difficult to open anything without a knife anymore. Come on. There we go. I mean, even things like, grocery store items that have these easy open, like tear here things, they just don't work. Why did the accountant cross the road? Why, XJ? Yeah, Kevin, if you stab yourself, it doesn't count. That's just kind of being stupid. All right, Jim, Corvette Jim, you have a great night and great weekend, buddy. Thanks for joining us tonight. And Patrick Grant are you heading out too? We're going to be ending in just a minute or two. He looked it up. Okay, XJ, that's a good one. Why did the accountant cross the road? He looked it up in the file, and that's what he did last year. The chicken. Good night, Michael. Thank you so much, my friend. Folks, I am going to call it a night as well. Let me just finish up my drink, as is tradition. I don't like potato vodka, but I will enjoy the olives. So, y'all have a great week. I won't be here next Friday, but check out Chad. And again, link will be down there later tonight. I'm sure you'll have a great time with Chad's live stream. I'll try to do a video on Sunday of next week. I should be able to do that without any issue. Probably nothing in the middle of the week, though. So, y'all take care, and thanks a lot for joining me. I've really enjoyed this. It's the high point of my Friday. So, take care, everyone, and we'll see you all in a few weeks.